What are they thinking right now? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at what they're thinking about in general, but most of the questions are about what they're thinking about in regards to you. So we have 4 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the color, the crystal, the number, or the emoji that resonates with you. Timestamps are below in the description. These are timeless readings, so it should resonate whenever you watch these, and it should also apply no matter what your status in love is. I just want to say thank you so much for supporting my light work. I support your light work as well. And with that, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 17. With this light wisteria color, it's kind of like a light purple, and the Kunzite crystal, we're looking at what they're thinking about right now. Let's start with what they're thinking about in general, and then all the rest of the questions are going to be about you. So let's look at what they're thinking about right now in general. Crossroads. Okay, so they might be thinking about how they have a certain decision in front of them where the paths that lead after this decision are completely different. Let's see, number 22. Yeah, it's kind of like whatever they choose is like what they choose to put their energy into, what they choose to build for themselves in the physical world. Let's see, 22. Choices, decisions, alternatives, hesitation, separation. Okay, what about what crossroads? Self-reflection. Okay, so this could be a mirrored soul. So they might be kind of hesitant about moving on with you. 17. So we got the 17 here. Wow. And then the 22, which is like a master builder number. Incredible. Okay, so first of all, the 17 here. It definitely feels like star-crossed lovers. It feels like definitely like a twin flame, divine counterpart, very, very mirrored soulmate connection. And that's why they're hesitating, because they feel like a real connection to you or to this person or to this thing. It could be like, it feels like this is the right thing to pursue, a passion or career or something. But I feel like for most people it's a person, and for most people it's you. And so they feel this kind of hesitation of letting you go and not starting a life with you. And will they have this opportunity in the future? Will they regret this decision in the future? They're really, really stuck, and they're really trying to figure out, like, am I making a mistake? Is this the right path? Should I choose them? Will I regret this later? Can I pursue my passions and my purpose in life with them? Or will there be an opportunity in the future to be with pile 17? Or have we been through so much and I'm making a huge mistake by not choosing them now? Will I regret this for the rest of my life? There is something here, but I don't know what that is. So this person may actually be your divine counterpart, ultimate soulmate, or might feel like they are. They're a little confused. They don't know exactly what's what yet. If you want my opinion, someone who's done basically their masters in this theory of like soulmates, twin flames, what it is it's an energy. So whenever you meet someone new, it's the same energy. Some people call it the masculine and the feminine or whatever. It's yours. It's personalized to you. This energy is the same whatever partner you go into, because it's you. It's a reflection of you. That's the energy that's being portrayed in these soulmates that you meet. And so this person sees you, and this is the person who mirrors me the best. It's like the closest to my true authentic energy that I've ever come across. Will I regret letting this go? And the honest answer is, it doesn't matter. If they want to be with you, You know, they will learn and grow using you as their mirror. If they don't choose you, then someone else will come along that is as equal a mirror to them as you, or even more so. But that's up to the person to decide. This could be your situation, pile 17, because it's 2 17s here, so it's like a vice versa situation where you might be feeling the same thing towards them. This person had a lot of potential. We could have built something really beautiful together, a beautiful life, a beautiful home, really supported each other's goals and whatnot. So it could be one of you felt this and then the other one is now. Maybe one's more spiritually inclined or has more of a philosophical or high perception about life, and the other person is more kind of still figuring out this whole soulmate thing, right? So yeah, it's really up to the person. Everyone is in their own universe and in a shared universe at the same time. So it's kind of like it's up to them. You could be their ultimate soulmate, or they could continue growing in another way, in another path. It's personal preference at this point. Usually if both parties have been kind of through enough, they're like, hey, we're gonna go the other way, because as humans we have memory and we have selective memory, and sometimes it's hard to be in a certain area or certain people or certain situations without having some negative associations with it. No matter how much inner work you do, it's sometimes just not worth it, you know? So yeah, personal preference. Wow, starting off with a bang. Pile 17. Didn't mean to have Spirit drop that much light on this reading immediately, but it seemed necessary. All right, so let's look at, are they thinking about you? And then if they are they thinking about you a lot? Choose a new direction. Oh, crossroads and choose a new direction. I feel like that's the initial feeling I got from this pile. I got the feeling that you chose them, or you wanted to choose them, and then you decided to not choose them. And you want to go in a different direction, but now this person is going through and mirroring to you exactly the process, or similar to the process that you went through, about, oh, this is a really, really high level soulmate. Should I let this person go, or should I not let this person go? You can rest knowing, and like, luckily you have a awesome tarot card reader on retainer, me, to kind of give you the full scoop, right? Spirit's like, yeah, it would have been great. It would have been great if this worked out, and if it didn't, that's fine. In fact, this person came into your life to get you ready for your ultimate soulmate. This person is also a really, really high level soulmate, but you did a lot of work with them that is kind of like, it might be worth it to not pick this person and go in a different direction. Use your intuition. If this doesn't feel like your energy, don't make it fit, right? If you feel the words that I'm channeling, then this is for you. You've done a lot of inner work with this person, and they learned a lot from you as well, and the energy from this connection made. But it feels like the two of you came into each other's lives to get yourselves into this energy. And you can continue on being together and it would work fine. I'm getting 50-50. You can definitely continue life with this person and it would be beautiful and high frequency and a soulmate connection. High level soulmate connection, divine counterpart connection, what do you want to call it? Or you can pick a new direction, and that might be best in Spirit's opinion, just on your higher guidance opinion, because there's so much you two had to go through, all the little things in order to get to where you are now. And the way that humans are designed, it's hard to not be able to think back to those times and be a new version with yourself, with someone who was there during the old version of yourself just recently, right? Okay. So even Spirit's like, yeah, choose a new direction. Even they're being guided, like they're kind of stuck. They're like, oh, should I not? Because their heart is saying one thing and their mind is saying another. They need a little bit more practice getting on the same page and doing inner work in regards to this. It's really, really hard, especially if your person's a more masculine energy, no matter what their sex is, just because they have a harder time kind of doing inner work in regards to emotions. Someone else. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I do feel like this is Spirit kind of butting in here for them and for you. Your Spirit team is talking to you. Their Spirit team is talking to them. And, you know, they mutually agreed, yep, it's best for these two lovely lovebirds to fly in a new direction. So it's nothing personal. There was great love here, grand love, in fact, and the potential for so much more, but it's not wasted. Usually when you do this much inner work in a romantic relationship, it's never wasted. That love is never wasted. It always comes back to you. So you can tell that both of you are now primed and ready for something better in a relationship, but they might be in a different place than you in terms of their spiritual journey, in terms of relationships, but you both have done the most you can for each other. And for you, that seems like, yeah, something, because it seems like for both of you, 17, you're both prime for the exact kind of relationship that you worked really hard for, but it's different for both of you. Does that make sense? That kind of relationship is different. Depending on your perception of the world. And I do feel like you're more intuitive and have a higher perception of the world. So what you might receive in your next romantic relationship is something much, much closer to who you are now, versus they might be someone who's a younger soul, or just someone in this lifetime who is meant to adhere to more 3D physical reality type guidelines. And that's perfectly okay. They might find happiness in a relationship that's more attuned to them. All right, let's see what about you they think about when they think about you. Love call. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is not the right card. Camera. Reminiscing, making memories. We'll bring that card back later. Learn from the past. Perception. Okay. So they are learning from the past. They are thinking about memories between the two of you a lot, especially because they're on this crossroad energy. They are thinking about you a lot because they really want to hold on to you. They're really thinking really hard about going at this connection again, giving it another try, or proceeding with this connection. But I feel like you've already left the connection, or someone has already left the connection. And they're really, really having a hard time letting you go. But they learned a lot, and their perceptions have definitely heightened, have increased because of you. They see the world differently. They see relationships differently. It's definitely opened them up. They're definitely on a way, way better path because of this connection. Yeah, they're just thinking about you a lot in general, about everything that happened between the two of you. And celebration. Aw, moon dance. Okay, yeah, so they're very happy to have known you, to have had this experience with you. They have so much gratitude for you, Pile 17. Like, you would not believe. And they understand. They understand this is like a once-in-a-lifetime experience and relationship. And they understand that they're a different person now because of you. They've grown and evolved so much because of your influence, Pile 17. And they look back at the relationship very fondly. I feel like there was a lot of fights, a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements, a lot of dark moments with a lot of light moments, and they are looking back and they remember everything fondly. you know? And that's saying something. That means like it was a really, really appreciated connection. Which is why, another reason why they're thinking about like, oh, what am I doing? Should I still be with them? Like, what am I doing? And are they thinking of taking actions towards you? We got the love call, so yeah, expect a phone call from them, asking to hang out or asking to talk with you. Someone expresses love, message of love, thinking about you, letting you know. Yeah, so I do feel like they're going to show their appreciation for you. I feel like there is a conversation happening. And I feel like it might be up to you. Maybe they even are kind of leaving it open-ended and being like, hey, do you still want to give this a go? And it's really up to you or this person, depending on your specific situation. I feel like most of you are like, no, time to choose a new direction. Some of you might give it a go one more time. And others of you might be like, yeah, this is right now. But that's very few of you. Very few of you are going to be like, yeah, this feels right now. This feels completely right. And we're both in a good place and this is meant to be. Because they were with someone else and they came back to you, or you were with someone else and you had to choose a new direction and this person popped out of nowhere. If this is someone returning, little to no communication, then it's like, that's going to feel right if you or they or both of you were in a different connection and then came back being like, we're different people now, and I need to choose a new direction and this feels right. That's the situation where this would be the right call, right? Or at least to give it a chance. But I feel like for most of you, they're going to be calling you and telling you like, hey, I'm thinking about you, this feels right, this is what's been going on. They're going to express their emotions to you, which is very difficult for them to do. But they might have a better handle on how to tell it to you. They might tell you about all the things that they thought about the two of you, and how they're trying to figure out the future and yeah, your place in it. And this might be a good time to kind of really talk about things, really be honest with each other, and it might be a great way to get closure, a great way to kind of wrap things up, or just be honest with each other and just kind of reminisce and not make a big deal of it, and just really go with the flow and just talk. Oh yeah, it's the theme 1111, the Four of Wands, the happy home, happy marriage card in reverse. So yeah, I feel like it really depends on your situation, pile 17, and you'll know which outcome is meant for you. For some of you, this is like on its way to that happy home, happy marriage with this person. For others of you, this is, you really clearly see this is the sign that like, whatever is next for you is going to lead to this happy home, happy marriage. For others of you, it's like, yeah, kind of like grieving the life that you didn't have. I forget. Yeah, one of my close friends had I've had a ton of these readings recently, but a lot of miscarriage readings I've done for people who are close to me and people in general. And one of the things that keep coming up for this energy of that hope of having that child is like, usually the couple will kind of not grieve that timeline, grieve that potential future that they lost. They lost the child, but what they lost was much more than just a child. They lost that future, and those hopes and dreams are crushed, and the vision that they saw about having this child and what it would be like, and their daily life, and this room, and this play date, and this moments with family and everything, is all whisked away. Not just a child, which is the main part. You want to be like, take time to kind of grieve, but like also that future you want to grieve. So I feel like this is a moment to kind of grieve that potential future, but not just grieve, but like celebrate even having, like, even being allowed to dream that big. How beautiful is it that even though this was like dashed away and taken away from you, and that's devastating and can be traumatic, and you want to deal with that kind of healing first, but then afterwards, when you're coming out of it, when you're doing the healing process, there's a part of you that wants to just be like so thankful that you even get this precious few moments of happiness in this potential path. It didn't work out. It didn't pan out. This path was never laid, but there was potential there. There was a potential path there. There's some beauty to just kind of being able to appreciate that and being able to be grateful to dream that dream at one point. So yeah, not just grieve it, but kind of in a bittersweet way, celebrate it. Celebrate this potential future vision that both of you had, and even sometimes saying that to your person and being like, oh yeah, we could have had this, and not saying it in a way that's like making the other person feel bad that like, oh, this is what we could have had, but just kind of being like able to reminisce and like just like play it out. Because a lot of times when you have energies that didn't get closure, sometimes you get it through other people. So sometimes if you had a friendship, for example, that didn't end well and you're always thinking about it, you might end up, attracting another friend where things end the same way, and that you have a chance to kind of end it in a different way or handle it better when that ended, right? Or if you had a relationship with someone and there was always like still feelings there and it felt like, oh, there was nothing, like things didn't really complete, you might have a dream about that person where you kind of say goodbye and you have one nice like time together in that dream. So no matter what, like the energy will, if you want to complete it and you want to say goodbyes, will allow you to do it. And it looks like for you, Lucky 17, that you have that ability, that you have the ability to do that in person. And that shows me that both of you are in such a strong place energetically that you can do this in person or on a phone call or in a chat or in on a lunch date or something, or in an amicable way. That's a really good sign also that both of you are going to find someone that's truly good for you and resonates with the authentic energy, because you both can do it now in the physical. Pile 17. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really appreciate a like or comment if you could. I feel like this is like this reading was a prime example of my channeling abilities and what I've been able to do with this channel, and it's a testament to the kind of people that are attracted to this channel as well. So thank you. I appreciate it. Let this be an example to your friends and family or people that you know of my work, because after this reading, I'm going to do some big moves to bring my readings up a notch to match this level. All right, so with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 11, with the rainy day color, which is kind of like a beige, grayish color, and the Scolecite crystal. We're looking at what they are thinking right now. So we're going to look at what they're thinking about in general, and then all the other questions are going to be about you. So what are they thinking about right now in general? Dog. Okay, friendships, allies, trustworthy, loyalty, support, obedient. Those are the types of energies. Let's see. 18, companion, trust. Yeah. So kind of like that really good friend energy. Okay. Why are they thinking about this? Fear. Okay. I'm getting the sense of like they're worried. They're worried about something in terms of who they can trust. Maybe they're worried if a friend betrayed them, or they're worried about losing a friendship. This could be about you, where they could be worried about losing their friendship with you. Or there might be someone in their social circles that they're worried about. It could even be not about themselves, but someone else, where they feel like bad for their really good friend who got betrayed by another one of their friends or family member or coworker or something. So, and then it gets them feeling like, oh yeah, I feel so bad for that person, but also like reminding them of times where a friend might have betrayed them. They might be just thinking about friends in general, and then, you know, like how one thing leads to another. So I'm getting that kind of energy also, where it's like one thought leads to another thought leads to another thought. So a little bit of a spiraling situation, not like too deep, not too intense, but, you know, a little bit thinking about friendships and who they trust and who they really have by their side. And you're definitely a little bit a part of that. Let's see how much a part of that. The next question, are they thinking about you? And if they are, how much? Are they thinking about you? No. Okay, so this is definitely something happening with someone else in their life that they're thinking about. So I do feel like they're not thinking about you, and it could be because they're not concerned about your loyalty and if they can trust you. Or it could be, depending on you pile 11, it could be that you don't really have a friendship. You might be in a little to no communication with this person right now, or in separation. So they're not really thinking about you at all, or the connection between the two of you. Maybe you two never really had a friendship. It was only just a romantic thing. But I feel like for most of you, it's because they're not worried. They're not worried about that. Maybe they're also worried that they don't have enough good people in their life, enough trustworthy people that they can call a friend. Move on. Someone is unavailable. Waste of time. It's over. So there might be some love lost here. I do feel like for a lot of you, they have kind of moved on from this connection because either you either closed the door on them, you stopped talking to them, or they stopped talking to you. But it seems like they have bigger problems now. It feels like maybe a lot of people are leaving their life, or they're having difficulties with their friendship. So it might be they're just in a situation where they're losing people left and right. I'm getting it was easier to close the door on you because they didn't want you to see them in this way. So I wonder if that resonates with you, pile 11, because it feels like I'm getting this, like, it was easy to close the door on you because they didn't want you to see them struggling this hard. I feel like they're really struggling with the people in their life right now. I'm getting slightly a headache, so they're kind of stressed out from thinking too much about it. It's kind of one of those things too, if you think too much about it, you'll manifest it more. I feel like they've been thinking about it too much, so they've been actually kind of like making the problem worse. Okay, when they are thinking about you, what are they actually thinking about? Karmic relationships. Ooh. Resentments, triggers, perception, intensity and letting go, turmoil, fleeting. Yeah. This might have been a really difficult connection for them to kind of swallow. It feels like you magnified, in their eyes, you magnified all the problems that they have. And they might actually kind of blame you for all these problems with their current friends, family, work situation, or even a relationship with themselves. So be careful, pile 11, because I feel like this person might blame you for all the problems that they have right now, especially with other people. And it's because you showed a light. You shined a light on all the parts of themselves that they didn't like, that they wanted to work on, that they want to improve, and then going through a crash and burn kind of energy. You are the catalyst. You are the one to kind of show them the divine way. And a lot of people don't like that, especially if they've been so used to living that kind of life, and they like their old friends, even though they did like, you know, stupid things, or they kind of outgrew their friends, or kind of, you know, maybe their friends were okay, but your person pile 11 wanted different things, and these people weren't the right people for them. You didn't have to do anything. I feel like you didn't even do anything. You, in fact, like, were good with their friends or good with their family or whatever, coworkers, but or like supporting them with their work and goals and endeavors. It's you two had such a strong connection that you actually kind of mirrored to them parts about themselves they didn't like, and they blamed it on you. In fact, they might have lashed out on you a lot, and you might have been like, what the heck? In the beginning, you might have like liked them, so you might have like kind of took it in. You might have been like, oh my goodness, like, why are we fighting about this? And you kind of like believed it. And then later on in the connection, you might have been like, oh, this is a them problem. Like, this is something that they're dealing with internally. I'm good. I'm okay. Like, I know I am. So even you are like, okay, I'm ready to move on. And they, I feel like, are like kind of blame you for all the changes that are happening in their life, like crashing and burning. They're entering a dark night of the soul, and they're blaming you, but they're going to be thanking you later. So just know, pile 11, like that's a situation here with this person and their energy. Okay, so when they think about you, what are they thinking about? Changes, yeah. They're like, oh, like once pile 11 came into my life, or once we had this relationship, like everything in my life started changing, and not for the best. They started changing for the worst. But they're gonna like watch, like in a few years from now, like their life is gonna be so much better, and it's because you didn't even have to do anything. You probably didn't even do anything. You probably just live your own life, and they realize, like, just watching you and being your authentic self, that they weren't being their true authentic self, and they're the ones who instigated this change, not you, because they chose some, like, subconsciously with their higher self, with their spirit team, that they want to make the changes to have a life more similar to yours, not in your interests and hobbies and your personality and your characteristics, but the way that you are living authentically. You're being free, you're being honest with yourself. They wanted the same thing. They chose that subconsciously after watching you in the period of time you were in a connection with them. And so now they're blaming and lashing out at you. That's their conscious mind, but their subconscious mind, that their higher self is like, thanking you. Thank you for alerting me and showing me that it's time for me to kind of grow up spiritually. And everyone is on their own spiritual journey. You know, you were meant to cross paths with this person at the specific time so they can wake up now. You know, so that's what happened. And, you know, Pile 11, I feel like if you're watching this reading, you already know. You know, you didn't do anything wrong here. You know, everyone makes mistakes and everyone isn't perfect all the time. But I feel like what they're blaming you for, you didn't do anything wrong there. Okay, so are they thinking about taking actions towards you? Are they thinking about taking actions towards you? Palm tree. Stability, security, permanence, growth, and endurance, flexibility. Okay. And multiple priorities, news, time management, juggling, adaptability, decisions, weighing options. So they're thinking about... so they are thinking about the things you said, your visions, your goals for the future, and they're taking that very seriously. They might have adapted a lot of goals that you mentioned to them about relationships and the future, and they've kind of decided to do their own version of that, or something very similar to yours. So you influenced them in such a big way, Pile 11. They are taking major actions towards these goals now, but it feels like whether they're contact you or not, it's still up in the air. It feels like they are making big power moves in order to be that person that can go after the goals that you mentioned for the relationship. This is kind of that situation. You know what? It's so annoying that you do all the hard work on someone and then someone else comes along and they give them all the things that you've been working so hard on them for to be and to achieve and to work on. That it feels like that situation. So please, 11, don't be triggered. You have a heads up from spirit, Let's see. I'm going to pull a bonus message for you, pile 11. How well do you fit in with their other thoughts now? And let's see if we can also get a message from like spirit or the higher self for you. The tree remembers. So I'm getting this kind of energy of like, the universe knows what you did here, pile 11. And nothing you do goes to waste. Any hard work that you do, any good karma that you put in, always, 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 always comes back. So don't you worry, pile 11. This one card, Queen of Cups. All right. So for this oracle deck, the guidebook is in the form of poems. It's only a few lines, so I'm just going to read it real quick. Long last Arcadia, serene woodland that once was a mere nostalgia. Within its cold bark, all wounds healed, with subtle marks outgrown but never forgotten. Yeah. It's so beautiful. It's like within its old bark, all the wounds are healed. And you can still kind of see those wound marks like very subtly. They have grown those marks and that healing, but you never forget. You never forget what caused those marks. Like that's what will always stay forever. So I feel like this person is like kind of, a part of you and you're a part of them forever. You cause each other a lot of scars and those scars will fade and to almost barely nothing that you can see physically, but energetically how strong it made you, and you remember those times, and that will always stay with both of you. It's funny, when I was reading the poem for that card, there was someone playing really loud music driving by, and I was getting really frustrated because like, okay, like I can't even hear myself speak. Like that's so annoying. And this kind of real boiling frustration came up over me, and I felt that was the energy of possibly you, that putting that energy and effort into a connection. Maybe you felt like you did the most in the connection, in the relationship, and you worked really hard to make it work, and you might have felt like they were the ones who weren't participating. They weren't the one who was putting in energy and effort. They weren't the one who was doing this or that was nurturing and supporting and listening and whatever. But it's just because you're the Queen of Cups. You're a master of these things. And wouldn't it be nice, like, even though you might have done all these things to make them better listener, a better support person for their partner, someone who works with the goals and learns the way the other person kind of interacts with the physical world, and like adapting that into your own life, kind of compromising on things in your day-to-day life, even though they've gotten so much better at that because of you. And then the next person is going to come along and reap the rewards of your hard work, which is what it feels like. Don't worry, the universe is also going to bring to you someone who is much better than that person in that way. You're going to receive someone else's good work on your person too, your next person. So don't worry about that, pile of it. It might be frustrating in the beginning, especially if they moved out really, really quickly, or faster than you, or maybe you didn't expect it, or even if you heard that they're dating someone or something like that, like there's like, don't worry about it, they're at that level. You're at a different level. So energy works differently for you, and what you're receiving is a much brighter, beautiful, higher energy, and that's why their manifestation came a little bit quicker. They've never been in the energy that high, And so they're going to be at their like peak attractiveness, whereas you are entering this energy where it's like it's a rare soul, and there's not that many people with that rare energy out there. So it takes longer to manifest, but when it does, it's worth it, and your days are filled with more pure love, joy, and harmony than other people can even imagine. So just be a little bit patient. Don't get frustrated. Know that all is well and all is fair, and that you'll get your good karma back, and it's coming. It's here. All right, pile 11. So I hope you like the reading. If you resonated with it, I would appreciate a little backstory, because this is a frustrating situation. It feels like. Yeah, with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 77 with the powder blue and the Celestite crystal. We're looking at what they are thinking right now. We're going to start off with what they're thinking about in general, anything that they're thinking about, and then the rest of the questions are going to apply to you. So let's start with what they're thinking about, just in general, about anything. Rider, passion, speed, news. It's the number 1 card. An unexpected message, moving forward. Okay, so there's something that just sprung into their reality, into their life, and they're thinking a lot about this. So what is this thing that just came into their life? Faith. Oh, wow. Okay, so I feel like they've had an epiphany. I feel like they've had a change in beliefs and change in perspectives. Something that they didn't really kind of give much thought to before, they're giving more thought to now. I do get some sort of epiphany. So they might have had something happen where there's a lot of signs, synchronicities. They're like, oh my goodness, how did I not see this before? Or like, this is the clarity I needed. This is like completely different than anything I could have thought of on my own. This is divine intervention. This is a divine idea. This was a gift from the gods. Like, what? This is what I needed. This is the clarity that I needed. It might be related to the passion is here. Someone that they really, really adore. Could be you. Or it could be something that they're really, really passionate about, some sort of work or creative project, or even spirituality or faith of some sort. So yeah, I do feel like they just got epiphany about something. Let's see if we can get a clarifier. Stork. News or birth or a business opportunity. Okay, so we did get that like unexpected message. So this might have changed their whole perception about everything. So they might have had got news of a pregnancy themselves or someone they know, or their person. Or it might be you if you two have this connection. It could be that like, you know, one of you found out before the other one and can't wait to tell the other person. Or they might have found out like if someone, a family member is pregnant, or a really, really close friend, or something along the lines. Adoption news, adoption of a baby, adoption of a pet or animal, a business opportunity, a situation that they could not have seen coming, a really, really great business opportunity, career opportunity, or an opportunity to take their creative project to the next level, which gave them like faith and be like, oh my goodness, I've been working so hard on this. Like, you know, when you have those moments where you're just like, oh my God, like I believe in the universe, I believe in God, I believe in everything now, because everything couldn't have fallen into place more perfectly. Like, this was divine. Like, you can't deny like a higher power when something miraculous like this happens. And you might forget about it in a few days or a few weeks or a few months, but when you have that moment, it's just like you are in it. You feel so, so connected. They're having one of those moments. Well, yeah. Wow. Okay, so what about you? Are they thinking about you a lot at this time? reconsider. Ooh, I'm getting like, reconsider something that was going on with the two of you. If this was kind of going, like, I feel like there's an opportunity here. It could be relationship related, or it could be a business opportunity, or it could have been a project. I feel like maybe you proposed an idea to them and they were kind of against it, but now with this like unexpected news, or this kind of huge epiphany, they're like all on board. So you might be hearing from them soon. We're gonna look into that in the last question, but like, yeah, I feel like they are reconsidering something that was off the table, or that they were thinking about, or they weren't too serious or keen on, that you proposed. Could be vice versa. They'll be back. Oh, what indication. Yeah. Expect to hear from them soon. I literally just said that. I'm like, oh, you're probably going to hear from them soon. Yeah. Confirmation. Sooner rather than later, because it came out in reverse. So maybe later today, tomorrow, this week at the latest. Yeah. So I feel like they just got like hit like a lightning bolt of just, this is the right path. Or it could have been a news, it could have been a spiritual epiphany download, or it could be someone giving them the idea and they're like, oh, that hits, that just feels freaking right. Or it could be they got some news and they're like, yeah, this is the opportunity I want to take, or this is divine, like this is meant to be, I'm so happy for this. So like their attitude has changed, what they think about this idea has changed, and they're all on board now. Okay, so let's look at what they're thinking about when they think about you. So it does seem like they're reconsidering something that was on the table before. Mirror in reverse. Mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. And go for it. Okay. So I feel like this like reconsider energy is, and this having this faith, is they realize that like you knew what was good for the connection. You knew this would be the right thing, that you knew that they would like this, that this is what they're meant to do, or that this opportunity would be presented to them, or that they would get this good luck, or they would get this situation happen, or things would go this way. You might have said something that like came true, for them, or you might have presented them with an idea that didn't really click for them until now. It's like this, like Pile 77 knew. They're like, yeah, Pile 77, they've known from the beginning, and they know me better than I know myself. And they're so excited, and they have full confidence in you and this connection and this idea or this opportunity or whatever is happening. Renewed faith, I'm hearing. All right, so are they thinking about taking action towards you? Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. So we see this transition, we see this growth, we see this change. Death of the old them, death of the old idea, death of this old way of thinking, and the birth of the new. 5 of Wands in reverse. Litigation, misinformation, avoiding or ending conflict, respecting differences, agreeing to disagree, diversity, peace. So you can tell that they went through, like the 5 of Wands, especially upright, is kind of like an inner conflict, I feel like, on their behalf, or a conflict with you. Not like an ugly one, not like where you two are like kind of fighting to the death, but more kind of just like not seeing eye to eye, not being on the same page, and being a little bit frustrated with each other. It's like, I don't know what to do. Like this is my path forward, and I don't know what's going to happen now, because they don't see it that way, they're not on board, or they don't agree, or they're not giving it time or research or energy. Like, I don't know what to do. And now they're realizing that, I feel like maybe they had, like, if pull one over on them. I'm getting like something like they were kind of mistrusting the information that you had. They didn't believe you, or they think that you didn't have good information, or they didn't take the time to do their own research or make up their own minds. They were just kind of against you for no reason, without any good reason. Maybe they're just mad at you for other things, or they're mad at other things in their life, so they're just kind of in a mood where they're disagreeing with everything and unwilling to change. They had a hard time seeing things from a different perspective. Maybe they were really set in their ways, or they always seen things going in a certain way, or they weren't ready to transition into this new phase of their life. So I think you'll see this completely change, and they'll be completely on board. I think it'll take you aback. Pile 77, I have a bonus message for you. Let's look at how well you fit in with their other thoughts that they're having now. They're having a lot of thoughts, apparently. Let's see how you fit in with their other thoughts. Mirage. And the 7 of Cups with the Narwhal. So the guidebook for this oracle deck is in the form of poems. It's only a few lines, so I'm just going to read it. Over the sand dune gleams a place of luscious verdure. But some destinations are not meant to be reached, however enticing they may seem. Okay, so it feels like, yeah, this Mirage and 7 of Cups. Yeah, it might be a little too late. Seven of Cups. Let me see. Get a clarifier here. Box, you will receive a gift. Okay. And advice from a friend. You'll receive an advice from a friend. And how will that go? You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. I feel like you don't trust this person when they come back, because you've kind of lost hope in the situation, or there's too many options. With the 7 of Cups here, it feels like there's too many paths that can go, that can move forward. Like, I feel like they're so excited about it, and they're giving you so many ideas, and you're like, no, I wanted it this way. And now they want your idea, they want this opportunity, but they're thinking about it only in their way. So there's like a little conflict, mirror, about how to proceed and move this idea forward. And you're kind of now stuck in this like, no, I want it my way, the way I envisioned. You said I was right. Why can't we do it my way? And they're kind of like, but we can do it this way or that way and this way and that way, and then we can do this and that. And you're like, no, I don't know if I want that, So I think there's like a little bit of back and forth mirroring, which is kind of highlighting this energy of like learning to trust each other and figuring out how to work with each other. So I want to pull one more card here because it feels like there's a lot going on for this pile. 77. King of Waves, which is the King of Wands. Brave any depth. So I feel like this is a real good indication that you both are riding the waves. And right now it's a little bit rocky. And then there will be calmer waters. I feel like the two of you, I don't know if this is like a newer relationship, or you two, this is like two of you learning how to work with each other. Maybe you took on a huge project or a renovation, or, a child or a new business or something big like that, where you two might have not worked with each other enough to figure out how the other person works and how to play ball with the other person, and how to kind of trust the other person and how to work well with each other, brainstorming, playing to each other's strengths, recognizing each other's weakness and making up for that in other ways and things like that. So I feel like this pile, you're kind of figuring out how to trust each other and work with each other and like learn more about the other person. I feel like you're a very intuitive pile, 77, and so that's why you knew this is the right direction to go in and that your person would really like this too. But they were they had the same issues. They had a trust issue, or they didn't like it that it was just you saying like we should do this instead of like asking for their opinions and like kind of working with them. So there's kind of this maybe you two come from an energy of being very super hyper independent, and you're like kind of learning how to work with someone else again. Or you both very like control freak, or like things in a certain way, very organized, very prepared, and so or have you're very creative and like things in your own way, and need to kind of adjust into working with another person, your partner. It could be a new marriage, and that's what you're two are figuring out, moving into a new home, or whatever it's the kind of lifestyle, like, you know, like getting angry at each other. It's like, oh, well, my family said we should visit for that. Like, why do we have to blah, blah, blah. You know, just figuring out how to meld and mesh your lives together, I feel like is a main energy here. All right, pile 77. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. If it resonated or if you liked it, I really appreciate it, like a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 71. With this light olive green and the aquamarine crystal, we're looking at what they're thinking right now. We're going to look at what they're thinking about in general or anything first, and then all the other questions are going to be about you. Let's see what they're thinking about just in general, about anything. Tower. All right, so we got government here. It's a number 19, which is like a nice, beautiful sun card number in the major arcana of the Rider-Waite. And the Tower card in the Rider-Waite is usually like something happening out of the blue, right? So I'm getting this kind of energy of something really positive happening out of the blue. It has a government, ego, like an opulent building. Let's see, 19. Innovation, authority, education. Isolation. Actually, it says official buildings. So I do feel like there's something big changing with this person, involved with your person, pile 71. Let's see what it's about. Extremes. Oh, wow. So there's something big changing of this huge moon, very orange moon out there. Something that kind of changes everything, changes the structure of your life. Interesting. I'm going to pull a clarifier because I didn't get too many details. Seems like their energy doesn't really want you to know too much. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Ooh, so they went through something not so nice. Okay, so I'm going to say something triggering. So if you're not prepared to hear some worst case scenarios regarding this person, I would definitely switch off this reading now or switch to a different pile or a different reading. I definitely have other love readings below in a list in the description. But here it is. You've been warned. So they might have slept with someone. They might have had a one-night stand or like a few night stands with someone, and they completely are freaking out. They're like, what did I do? Did I mess up my chance with pile 71? Or this person might have done something so like horrific to them. Maybe they stole some money or possessions, or maybe they made like a huge dramatic scene in front of their friends or family or something. Or they kind of guided them to do some terrible things. Maybe they had a bad habit or addiction and they indulged with this person and they are freaking the F out. Yeah, I do get another romantic interest in this situation. Yeah, I was like trying to see, like, is it friends? Is it a situation with family? Is it a situation with work? No, I got specifically a romantic situation. They might be sweating a lot now because they might think that they messed things up to be potentially with you, pile 71. Yeah, if they cheated, or even if they were trying to get back with you and they were on a break and they don't know what to do. Even if they weren't trying to get back with you and this is like a little to no communication, or someone where you were just dating this person casually, or you just got to meet this person, they did end up in a not so great situation with another potential person, like romantic interest. I'm getting, they're not a romantic interest anymore. There's no potential there, absolutely zero now. But this person did enough damage. And I'm getting like it's like 1 or a few days. This person did so much damage in just that short period of time. I feel like for most people, it was just like 1 day or like a few days. For others, it could have been like a couple weeks or a few weeks. But like I feel like for most people, it was just like a few days. Like it was a very, very short period of time. But in that time, they effed up everything in their life. Or almost did, or had the potential to, or it wrecked things really badly for them. Yeah. I'm getting car wreck, maybe arrested, or just like maybe they were sober and like someone messed that up for them, or they're really, really sad about messing things up with their actual romantic interest, which could be you or whatever. All right, let's see. Are they thinking about you? Are they thinking about you? Is this about you? Get more information. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, there's a reason right off the bat for your reading pile 71. Like, there are other piles where it's just like the energy was easy, or there was one pile that was like, oh, I'm not getting too much information, but that was for a different reason. But for yours, I feel like their energy specifically doesn't want you to know. But your spirit guys like wants you to know. So you need to find the truth. You need to figure out the truth. It matters to you. It matters for this connection, for you to know the truth. I wouldn't go crazy, but I would go a little bit, becoming a spy and doing a thing. How somebody wanted to figure out the information, ask people around, doing some search or something, or like asking them straight up. We'll see. Let this energy unfold. Gold digger. Yeah, I see. One of the things I said, like this person might have cleaned them out, might have stole for them, or really messed up something. Like I'm getting, yeah, because that car wreck, it might have cost them a lot of money or something, or cost them a lot of dignity in front of their friends or family or something. Whoa. This person, pile 71, they might be really, really in a bad situation. And like it just happened, and they might just need a friend. I'm getting a little bit of chills, but like the kind of chills you get when your best friend or sibling or close, like cousin or something, or someone that you care a lot, like a really close coworker goes through something like really traumatic, and then you get like so sad for them. That those kinds of chills. That's the kind of chill I'm getting. It's like you feel so bad for them. And you're just like, what can I do? What can I do to help? That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Like, even if you like this person a lot, or if they mess things up with you, or you haven't heard from them from a long time or something like that, I am getting this energy of, oh, I'm still getting it. Oh, I don't like this feeling. It's like, fuck, what can I do? What can I do to help? Like, you could put everything aside and you're like, I'm here for you. I'm here to help. Like, or like, if you don't want me, then like, who can I call? And, what can I do? Even if they keep saying no, you might like bring over like food or something. Or if they're in the hospital, like you might notify people that can care for them. Or, you might want to find like a good lawyer for them, or be a character witness, or something. Help them out with a place to stay, or crash on the couch for a couple days or something. If not you, then someone else or something. Or put them up in a hotel for a day or two or something, just until they figure out what they're going to do. Buy them dinner and help them kind of, like if they're really like distraught and emotionally wrecked, like help them kind of map out like what they can possibly do in that situation. Tough. So yeah, this energy of this pile 71, it could be your romantic interest person that you're thinking of, or it could be someone else. It could be a really close friend, or like I said, sibling, cousin, or the like, you know, really close coworker, old friend you haven't talked to for a long time, or something like that, you know, an aunt or a nephew, whatever. It's just someone who's like, you know. Ooh, hold on. I need to pause because I don't like this energy. All right, just clearing the energy in the air for a second. Okay, so let's see. What about you are they thinking about? What about you are they thinking about? Backstabbing, heartbreak, and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack. Oh my God, I can feel it. Can't you feel that? Backstabbing. For very, very few of you, they feel this way about you. Maybe you are the person who did this to them. I tend to attract very high frequency energies and people to this channel, but every once in a while, especially if I'm expanding my channel really quickly, I'll get people who are not that energy. Usually Spirit will bring those folks onto the channel if they have potential or showed desire to want to raise their frequency. And no judgment. I hold no judgment as long as you're respectful in the comment sections, and to other people's energies here. It's a safe place. No judgment. What you've done in the past, if you can figure out a way to heal it and become better, that's all I require, is that you are on a journey to become, you know, a better version of yourself. And so, yeah, that's for a very few of you. And you might already feel intensely bad, very remorseful. And yeah, and you might get like hate from a lot of people. And it's just like, yeah, like I already hate myself more than anyone else can hate me. But I get it. Like I deserve it, blah, blah, blah. You got to get out of that energy. You got to get out. You got to get out. You got to get out. You have to leave. You have to go somewhere for a few days or a few weeks. If you can stay at a friend's house, a family member's house, or even go somewhere near the water and just stay at a hotel for a little bit, or motel or whatever. Just you need to leave the energy. It's not going to be good for you to kind of just be swallowed up whole from this really tough situation. So for some of you, this is a situation that like it was an accident. You didn't mean for this to happen, or you were in the wrong place at the wrong time in that situation. Still, get out. You know, call your lawyer, call your best friend, you know, figure out what you can do. But for most of you, for like the majority of you, like 93% of you, this is, well, for a lot of you, this is someone that you like and they did this thing and you're sad to hear it because you like this person, but you really care about them, so you're being there for them. Unless it's something disrespectful to you, you want to be there for them, if you can handle it. And if this is someone that kind of did this to you, like cheating or betraying your trust, or really absolutely letting you know there's no way that you're going to let them back in your life again, if you can find in your heart to kind of put that really, really upsetting energies aside, and granted they are valid, but just and be there for them, that would be being the bigger person. That is being like a kind soul, and not for like having good karma back, but just because this is someone that you cared for, and obviously still cares for you, even though they really messed up bad, maybe messed up for good. But you know, if this is the way that they choose to kind of sever the cord between the two of you for good, the least you can do is be the best you can be in this separation. But yeah, a lot of you, I'm getting you're like, you just like this person, or this was like an ex, or I do feel like it could be someone else that's really close to you, like a best friend or something like that, or a family member. be careful. They might be in such a distraught state. Some of them might lash out at you, but not many. I think most of them will be really appreciative of your help. Some people might need actual professional help, so if that's the case, you know what to do. Patience, yeah. They're internalizing this idea that you were incredibly patient, calm, and helpful during the worst time in their life, or one of the worst times in their life. They will never forget that. They will never forget that. In fact, like, even if they mess things up with you, or even if you are hurt, your feelings are hurt because of this, their actions of this, whatever happened, they are in a lot of pain. And they will always forever remember that there was this beautiful soul who was so strong and so kind, so pure of heart, and stronger mentally, emotionally, spiritually than I will ever be, and physically, that helped me during the worst time of my life, and were able to put their feelings aside and do this. And we're able to, like, know what to do. And, yeah. And they are my hero. Like, they are the person I want to emulate. They are this world's hero. More people should know the story. They're going to tell your story to everyone, every person that they come across. You're going to be a legend, you know, in some way. Memorialized, I'm hearing. All right, so are they thinking about taking action towards you after all this? Talking. I do feel like they're gonna be open with you and vulnerable. I feel like they're gonna take you up on your offer to have your help or assistance, and talk, especially when this has just happened, talk to you a lot. But I feel like also just like call you more, text you more, email, whatever, DM you, and just like make time to talk to you more. I'm getting for very, very few of you, very small percentage in the single percentages, but this might be a situation where you were in this kind of position before and this person wasn't there for you, and you're showing them how you would have liked them to be present for you when you were going through something similar. Interesting. And Queen of Wands. Courage, confident, independent, focus, zeal for life, determination, joy. I mean, you look really good, 71. Not only do you look really good to them, like physically you are coming off so hot. Don't be surprised if in all this immense emotions they try to make a move on you, because when you're like kind of like overwhelmed with emotions, sometimes people they want to seek pleasure because they're in such a difficult place, so they'll look for sexual interaction. So you're coming off looking really good to them, but you might also know that. You might also be like, yeah, I'm looking really good right now in this moment in your life. And they're taking like notes, like they're really listening to you, and they're listening to your advice and your guidance. It seems like you know what you're doing, and not only does it seem like you know what you're doing, it feels like you actually know what you're doing. You've lived and breathed this experience, and you know what to do. Maybe you have experience with someone who went through something similar like this. Maybe you went through something similar like this. So you have some sort of experience here, and they're definitely listening to your guidance. Like, they're not questioning it. They're not opposed to taking actions that you mention. So in terms of like what actions they're thinking about taking towards you, I mean, they're going through something. So obviously, like, romance isn't on the top of their mind, except for maybe sexually, if this is like a if this has that chemistry there or did in the past. But I feel like you're the kind of person who's like, you're in a bad position, like bad place, like you don't want to do this. Or if it wasn't this particular situation happening, you might be open to it, but it was like unless like they found out that their like parent was cheating or something, or something like that. It could be like their sibling or something. It could be like not them but someone else, and they're like so distraught that they need to like, then in that case I'd be okay, kind of, maybe, if you're really interested in them. But depending on your situation, I think their actions are mostly going to be talking to you, listening to your advice, talking to you more and more, and depending on how you feel about them, Pile 71, whether they messed up this connection, or they were just like a friend you really had a huge crush on, or this is an old romantic fling that you're like, oh, like, didn't, you know, expect you to be coming back to me or needing my help, or just someone platonic, someone like some friend or someone close to you. Depending on that situation, you'll probably talk to them more or less, but I do feel like from the majority of you will take the time to kind of help them out a little bit by talking and letting them talk and listening and giving advice. They really respect you, and much more so after this. Local hero, I'm hearing. Okay, so I have a bonus message for you, Pile 71. After all that heaviness, let's see how well your thoughts fit in. Their thoughts of you fit in with the other thoughts they have. Okay, so other thoughts they've been having of you, or maybe message from their higher self or spirit. Flow. Spirit saying there's a reason this is happening. Flow with it. And lastly, 4 Pentacles, and came out in reverse. That's Armadillo. So this particular Oracle deck's guidebook came with poems for each card, and they're really short. They're a few lines, so I'm just going to read the whole thing. The mountain stands firm, and the river changes its course, needless to engage. Conquer not with force, some obstacles favor thoughts, a nimble mind flows. So Spirit is saying, like, this isn't a time to force things. And like a mountain's form is very rigid and solid and strong. And if anything changes with the mountains or whatever, like, it's a river that changes and moves and creates its own path, right? Like the mind. So Spirit is saying, like, see this from a different point of view if you can. Think outside yourself. Think outside your needs and wants, and focus on this person who, yeah, they might have done you wrong, or they might be not the best person in this situation, but you know, in this particular situation, if you can put your stuff aside and kind of help this person out, it will be to your benefit, and it might open your mind and heart up in new ways. So when you're on like a spiritual journey, you'll be often given some challenges that really put you in an uncomfortable situation. But when you get through that uncomfortable situations, you will grow in your energy, in your chakras, in the amount of energy you can hold in your heart, the amount of energy you can hold in your third eye, in your brain, in your, you know, in your aura. And so that allows you to become a bigger soul, a bigger spirit, a bigger energy, a better, like, you have better call, you can manifest things better, you can hold more love, so you can have more loving connections with others, you can have more passions, more pursuits in life, you're able to think faster, you'll be able to connect to spirit stronger, you'll be able to connect to yourself and do more things throughout the day. You know, things will lean towards you, meaning that you have more control over your creative abilities. And so this is the way that you grow in your spiritual journey, is by putting yourself, not like actively going out there and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations unless you've been too comfortable for too long. But this opportunity comes through, and you want to look at it like that, an opportunity to be the bigger person, to think in a different way. Maybe you've never been in this kind of situation, but maybe this is an opportunity to think in the way that this person may need help, and how to help someone in this situation. What would you do if you were in this situation, and help them out in that way? So this is definitely a learning and growing experience for your soul, and it might not be pleasant for your ego, for your lowest form, but that's not the goal here. That's not the point of this opportunity or this situation or this moment in life, this experience. So I do feel like you're a really powerful soul, 71. So when this situation comes through, like, just know that, like, what's around the corner for you is something very, very big in order for the universe to kind of give you this experience. Oh, wow. I got a clarifier. Empty chair. Someone is leaving your life. This person is leaving your life. We already determined that. You know, like, they definitely, if you were in a connection and they did this, it's kind of like, okay, like, this puts the last nail in the coffin. This is definitely done. But your energy changes when you're no longer when you no longer have those feelings for someone, or you no longer have that connection, or like it's already over. You change. You change from, like, being a partner who's mad at them to being, like, someone who cared for you and kind of wants to wrap things up as neatly as possible before moving on. So your energy changed. So don't worry, you won't, like, be, like, heated and angry for too much, of dealing with this situation. Of course, listening to your own intuition. If it feels like this is too hot for you to go near, step away from the fire. But for a lot of you, this is kind of an opportunity to kind of step up in a different way, change your energies. And like, you're not going to get opportunities like this ever, in your life. This is maybe the last time you get this kind of opportunity to deal with something this uncomfortable or crazy. Make the most of it if you can, if you want to. It's your choice. But this is like, if you want to review your life later after you move on from this life, how would you be proud of yourself for handling the situation? Can you challenge yourself to behave in that way? Is that not a challenge? Is it like who you are? Are you, that's an indication that you're ready for something more. If it doesn't trigger you and you handle it with as much grace as you can. Is something coming in because of this? Key, successful outcome to your problems. So I do feel like this person was kind of a block. Okay, even if you energetically cut yourself from this person might have not energetically cut themselves from you. And so that's why they're crashing and burning and you're not. But you might find that your energies are more freed, after this person has this energetic change in towards you too. What kind of success? Okay, well, whatever that is for you, pile 71, there's a lot of success energy coming in, so it could be a lot of things and all of the above. So whatever you're thinking, all the things. So this is a really big last challenge for you, pile 71, until you move into the next chapter of your life, until you move into this new reality where you're going to be attracting things on a higher frequency than you've ever had before. So this is like your last, like, kind of, it's not even a test, because I feel like for you it's more of like you're able to prove to yourself, you're able to show yourself like how much of a different person you are now than you were when you started this cycle, you know? You might even think about that for a second, like ask yourself real quick, like, oh my goodness, like if this happened when, you know, we started the cycle or this many years ago or whatever, like I would have handled this completely different, you know? So that's a true testament to how much you've changed, how much you've grown, and how much you're ready for an upgrade in a lot of things in life. Success. This is the key, you know? An energy to unlock another like level. It's energetic key. This is your energetic key. This situation, this opportunity is your energetic key for that next level of your life. So pile 71. This was a tough one to get through, but if you did and you stuck with me, thank you. And I appreciate it. This is the way I channel. It's very big and very, very divine. So if you like this reading, you resonated with it, I really appreciate like a comment, especially for this pile. I'd like to know if you watched the whole thing. Maybe leave a green heart in the comments because this is legendary. You're legendary. Pile 71. Your soul family. I would like to meet and like to say hi to. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I wish you much love and light.